Yes, my name is Mike Kluge. I'm from Germany, originally from Berlin, but I moved to the Black Forest, and the Black Forest really inspired me. And the disappointment at that time of 92 that I didn't found a bike for myself which I really liked and which had been reliable. So I was always thinking, what advantage can I put and include in my bike to have like a better performance, so winning more races, or what makes it for me like more comfortable to ride a bike.
So basically focus comes from this background of pushing the technology
Exactly.
in places that it hasn't been before.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was probably one of the few riders which have been racing and competing in all different disciplines. So it was mountain biking as well as cyclocross. And then I was also racing quite a lot on the road. And I was also racing on the track, like 6-day races. And so all 4 disciplines, they are all like very different. I mean, I was always like interested in innovations and things, what make me faster, where I enjoy things more, where I get like a better benefit. I mean, now we are in the time of e-bike. It's like a totally new experience for me, and this bike, this e-bike, this Jam Squared, gives me like a totally new motivation riding my bicycle.
What I am finding really inspiring about this bike is we're able at the shop to talk about things like typically with electric mountain bikes we're just talking about it's got a motor, it has this much torque, it has this much range, but not always able to talk about all the intricacies of making a really good electric mountain bike, or a mountain bike for that.
Yeah.
And so I mean maybe we should just go through some of the innovations on this bike that make it different, like the suspension system that you're talking about. What do you call this?
Our suspension setup, the Ford system, is just like at the beginning degressive, and at the end it's progressive. So if you ride hard, then you still have a nice suspension, and it doesn't like hit right away through.
So it's much more sophisticated than other suspension linkage systems out there.
Exactly. That's the rear stay, the triangle. It's like one solid piece.
It's one piece.
Yes, it's one piece.
So it's stiffer.
That makes it, of course, much stiffer. First, we have the integrated battery. What you hardly can see, so this bike looks like very sexy because you can tell if this is like an e-bike or a normal bike. And it gets a battery of 378 watt hours, and that keeps you going for 2.5 hours. And if you really want to have like more than 2.5 hours, then you can have like another one called the Tag Pack, and this is very easy. You just mount it here, click it in. If you want to do like a longer tour, then you use the Tag Pack, and then you can of course reach the double of the distance, and you only use this if there's really the need for it.
This is a whole new concept, and with what you'll notice when you pick up this bike is it's crazy light.
Yeah, it's like less than 21 kilogram. You have to figure that out. And it's for mountain bike, for e-bike, like really light. We don't want to lose anything, so we actually that e-bike here right now is based on a normal Jam full suspension bike, added with the engine, and of course accordingly adjusted to a little bit more weight.
What's the production like on these bikes? Like where are these bikes made?
They're made in Germany.
And what's that like?
Okay, we have, as I said, starting, the whole brand was started in the Black Forest. Then we had like a very nice production in Kloppenburg. There's where most of the bikes will be produced.
Kloppenburg is northern Germany, right?
Yeah, it's in the very north, so the totally other side, cold, flat, not for me. And we have our engineers, which are in production manager, which are sitting in Stuttgart. That's like the center of Germany, so like in between. And these guys at the moment doing all this kind of work, and it was important for them as well because you need to test ride, and you can't test ride these bikes like in the north. So they also move down, or they also come sometimes down to my place, and we ride together. So at the end, every bike what's coming on the market had to go through a lot of shit from us till it really get launched. We have right now the best bike I think on the market, and it's I also experienced it by myself because I love to ride with this bike on the edge. It gives me the right performance, it gives me a perfect handling, and yeah, the whole setup with the DA2 as well as the dropper post.
People get this when they ride it; they feel the difference.
Yes. You know, we do things with common sense, you know, and we don't put any, you know, how do you say, like parts which are not making sense, you know, just like to do like a marketing thing on that. I mean, it would be like very embarrassing for me to say, what is it? It doesn't make sense. Yes, you're right. So, you know what, I couldn't remember all this, you know, like stuff. So I want to stay with the truth, you know, what makes sense, and it's easy to remember, and I can say it 100 times and it will always be the same.
Straightforward. That's the Focus way. Straight truth from Focus. Well, everyone at the shop is super excited to get their hands on this bike. So thank you so much for bringing this.
You're welcome. Very welcome.